Once you understand what I'm about to say, you're gonna learn how to co-create reality. This is basically the science of magic, so listen up. So most people think that the universe is made of solid, liquid, and gas. But 99% of everything, stars, lightning, even the space between atoms is made of plasma. And plasma is energy that is alive and it is intelligent. It is something you do not learn in school for a reason. Because if you knew this, you would be very powerful. Plasma moves, it learns, and it creates patterns. Plasma in science has certain specific behaviors where you start to realize it is the same thing as the energy that the mythology animists were talking about, where everything is alive. Plasma is energy. Plasma is the quantum field, the 0-point field. Those are all just finer plasmas, and just because we haven't discovered it yet in science doesn't mean it's not true. It's beyond the frontier. Aren't we pushing towards the edge of what is always known? And here's the thing, if electromagnetism molds plasma, which it does in science, and your heart has the biggest electromagnetic field, then a finer plasma is most likely molded, as above so below, by our consciousness, by our heart. When you're in a state of play and non-attachment and real unconditional love is when you can create reality for the better, not the worse, with intention. And when we call it plasma, instead of just calling it energy or spirit, we begin to find not only a language for reality, we bridge science and spirituality and start to find a language for the invisible. Plasma shows us that reality is not solid. It is malleable, it is responsive, and it is creative, and it responds to your subconscious. And once you understand plasma, you can learn to co-create with it in actual reality, a tangible thing. This is not like esoteric magic. And you don't do this by controlling reality. You do this by learning about resonance, by being in a state of play, and yes, by learning about feelings and emotions and what those have to do with molding that field. Knowing about plasma means learning the literal science of magic, and we can also learn how consciousness shapes energy by learning how electromagnetism shapes plasma. And we also can learn how energy responds to love, to coherence, to curiosity, because when you're in those states, you are more likely to create fortuitous or miracles for yourself. As I say this, the plasma sun is shining on me, because the sun is made of plasma. In mythology, that is why they worship the sun gods. They were trying to tell us all along, sense the sun. In mythology, it's literally a beetle sensing with its tentacles the sun, using feelings and senses. If this interests you, I talk about this in my book, A New Force. The link is in my bio, or comment plasma for the link below. This is the same stuff Nikola Tesla worked with, but we can use our consciousness in our bodies instead of machines.